How's it going, guys? Alex here, and we are here with another episode of Stock versus Not. We are back in the US dealerships, and today, as you can see and hear, we are in some good old classic American V8 by means of the Camaro SS, the 2016 model, which I believe puts it at 6th gen. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what that is. So this one is going to be rocking the LT1 V8, so it's being the SS model. So I'll put the ranking boards real quick and see what we got. Looking at the 600 performance point, since we are rocking 550, and it looks like we are looking to dethrone the Jaguar F-Type when it comes to the stock time. That is 58.179. The F-Type had 542 horsepower and weighed just roughly about the same, so the Jaguar is a little faster than the Camaro, if you're talking horsepower wise. The GT350, same deal, has a little bit more horsepower. The Mustang GT is its closest competitor, and as you can see, right around the same weight, with a little bit less power than the Camaro. So we're looking right around that 59.3 to be a decent time in the Camaro. So let's go ahead and jump on in and see what we can do. As always, we're going to do about 3 laps on the stock configuration, and then we will hop onto a fully modified version and see what we can do. As you can tell by the bottom left, this car does come in sports hard tires, so we should be okay when it comes to grip, but we will soon find out how this stock car handles the Suzuka East Course circuit, or the short track. And right off the bat, I can tell that it actually feels a little loose, but we'll get a feeler through it and hopefully get some decent lap times in. Now, I'm not entirely sure what I'm looking at. If you look at the steering wheel, it looks like there's some sort of paddle shifting mechanism on the backside. But when I go to shift, look at the driver's hand, once I get back on this straight. He reaches down to a gear selector, so might be a little bit of a weird quirk or gimmick on Gran Turismo, but nonetheless, that's what I just realized here while going through those S's. I'll be completely honest with you, out of all the modern... This car just understeers off on that first turn. Anyway, out of all the modern sports cars that are out there, the Camaro is probably my least favorite to look at. Just doesn't... This generation, at least, just doesn't look... I don't know. It's a sports car, but it doesn't look as aggressive as like the Mustang or the Challenger. Once you kind of go up, whatever the next... I forget what the next... trim level is. I think it's ZL1 or whatever it is. Those ones have a little bit more aero to them, so it made them look a little more aggressive. But especially the rear end on these things, they just look very bulbous almost. But yeah, there's that. Okay, let's see if we can get this third lap to be somewhat decent. Yeah, nothing too crazy with this car in its stock form. Definitely took that one a lot cleaner. You would think I'd be okay with driving the Suzuka circuit right now. At the time of filming, Suzuka's actually daily race B currently, where I have been making a complete idiot of myself on some races, and some other races I'm finishing podiums, so how that works, I don't know. Let's go ahead and finish this last turn here. All right. let's see, optimal was a 59.756. We finished off at 59.968. And I believe that is just a tad bit slower than the stock Mustang GT. It is. It actually is slower than the Focus RS as well too. And I can just tell just by the handling of the Camaro, it didn't feel as tight as the Mustang GT, believe it or not. I know it's a game, but definitely something really weird with the Camaro. It's lighter than the Mustang. I don't know. Something just didn't feel right with it. Anyways, let's go ahead and switch up cars to the fully modified version. And as you can see, we are now rocking the 774 performance point. Cut it down significantly on weight, and we are supercharged with 904 horsepower. As for the ranking board on that, it's going to be shooting its shot against the F-Type. And here, interestingly enough, has more power than the F-Type and is a little lighter. So we'll see if we can get this thing to scoot around this course and potentially get that F-Type off of the leaderboard for the 800 performance point. Looking at the... Let's see, was the Mustang on here? The Mustang's still here, yes. The Mustang made so believe it or not, the Mustang actually ended up being less power than the Camaro, fully modified, and weighed more. So that cut at 50.199. GT350R, that had the Windsor swap, I believe. That one made 1400 horsepower. And as you know, I am very terrible at driving these cars when it comes to 4-digit horsepower numbers. So we are aiming for that 49 to 50 second time frame with this car, and let's see what we can do. We are on the racing softs with a little bit of a suspension tweak and differentials and all that good stuff to try to get this thing to handle the way it needs to be handling. We're going to start off with 3 laps, and if need be, we might need to do a 4th or 5th redemption lap, but we will see how we fare on the opening laps here. This car does respond well to the modifications, I'll tell you that much. Suspension and all that, it's a lot more manageable, especially with these tires. Doesn't feel as loose, definitely feels a lot more connected and direct to the road. Let's turn around here. Yep. Definitely a lot more manageable there. That was a 50.171. So very, very awesome opening lap. Let's see if we can inch our way into some sub 50 times here. It's definitely doable. And it's always interesting to see how these cars handle with some modifications, because some of these cars in their stock form are just awful to drive. You know, they're body rolly, what's it called? They just have no grip whatsoever. And then you just slap some tires and power and aero to them, and then out of nowhere, these things are just a treat to drive. Oh. You would think I would know by now that I can't get on it that early coming out of the turn. Alright. So definitely going to need at least the 4th to see what we can do. Folks, this is real time, you know. I mean, this is not a voiceover, me watching over what I'm doing or having to restart again and re-record. We are experiencing this basically all at the same time. So you know that I'm not a perfect driver by any means. Some of these videos I do a decent job, other videos I do stuff like that. Or in the case of I think the Supra video, I was just all over the place. So yeah, just know that not everyone's perfect, and you just have to accept the fact and be able to laugh at your mistakes and not do those again. Alright, here we go. Fourth lap. Redemption lap. Hopefully. This opening turn is really crucial in Suzuka. If you don't get this lined up right, the rest of your lap is basically not going to be good. Because then you're basically fighting the position of your car on track. If you didn't notice, we are rocking the epic Bumblebee yellow from the Transformers movie. That was the iconic color that I guess it would have been the 4th or 5th generation Camaro came with. And that was the color everyone wanted their Camaro to be once that movie came out. 49.306, you know what, we're just going to try to get one more lap in for good measure to see if we can just get that F-Type, get that F-Type a run for its money, because I think this car has it in it. Yeah, that was a little bit of lift, I'm sorry. Felt it kind of squirrel on me. Alright, come on. This car actually handles very well once you throw some parts at it, so definitely would consider this car if you ever have to do any type of American style challenges. Obviously, the 900 or whatever PP level I'm at with it now, 48.99 or 977. We're gonna take it because I know for a fact that just beat the Jaguar. But yeah, definitely would recommend this car for any type of like American challenges that the game offers. There we have it, folks. 48.977. The Camaro SS in its fully modified form is the new leader. Oh, that was weird. Is the new leader for our stock versus not leaderboard. 48.977, beating out the F-Type. Just by a few tenths, but we did it. So there you have it, folks. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Great setup for any type of like single player where you have to use an American car. Obviously, you don't have to modify it up to 900 horsepower depending on what the terms and conditions are. But even fully modified, you're only at 774 pp, 600, 500. Just don't throw the crazy supercharger on it. Keep it naturally aspirated with everything else, and even like kind of ditch the racing soft tires, go racing hard or even sports soft. And I believe this car is going to handle no matter what you do to it. So anyways, I'm going to shut up now. We have a new leaderboard leader, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.